The story begins with a St. Bernard dog named Cujo, who's chasing a rabbit through a field. The chase leads him to a dark burrow. As Cujo tries to follow the rabbit inside, he gets his head stuck in the hole. His barking echoes through the tunnel and awakens a swarm of terrifying bats hidden in the shadows. One of the bats bites Cujo, marking the beginning of a terrifying transformation. Meanwhile, a young boy named Tad Trenton struggles with his fear of the dark. At bedtime, he quickly closes the closet door, switches off the light, and dives under the covers. But just as he starts to relax, the closet door creaks open again. Terrified, he screams for his parents. His mother, Donna, and father, Vic, rush in to comfort him. Tad insists he saw a monster with glowing yellow eyes inside the closet, but his parents assure him it was just a bad dream. Vic opens the closet to show it's only filled with toys, handing Tad a teddy bear for comfort. Even so, Tad remains convinced that something sinister is hiding there. To feel safer, he builds a barricade in front of the closet the next day. At breakfast, Vic notices the mess and questions Tad, who plays innocent. Soon after, a family friend named Steve, a carpenter, arrives to deliver a toy horse. Donna seems uncomfortable with his presence, but hides it so Vic doesn't notice. When a cereal commercial appears on TV, Tad proudly tells Steve that his dad created the Sharp brand mascot, a professor who promotes the cereal. Steve chats briefly and arranges a tennis match with Vic later. On the tennis court, Vic wins another match, unaware he's losing in another way. Donna is secretly having an affair with Steve. That evening, Vic mentions the emotional distance in their marriage and suggests having another child to bring joy back into their home, much like Tad already does. The next day, Vic's car breaks down, and the local mechanic is too busy to help. A mailman recommends another mechanic, Joe Camber, who works from his home in the woods and is known for being quick and honest. Vic decides to turn the car repair into a small family trip. He takes Donna and Tad to the Camber residence, where Joe lives with his wife Charity and son Brett. Their dog, the same St. Bernard, Cujo, looks intimidating, but Brett assures them he's harmless. As Joe and Vic take the car for a test drive, Brett helps Tad play with Cujo, while Donna notices a wound on the dog's snout. That night, Tad once again makes Vic check the room for monsters. Vic promises to always protect him, helping the boy feel a bit safer. Donna is touched by Vic's love for their son, but tension still lingers between the couple. Vic is growing suspicious something is wrong. To make matters worse, Vic's career is in crisis. Thousands of people are falling ill after eating Sharp cereal, and the public begins to distrust the professor mascot featured in the ads, the very campaign Vic helped create. Even though the infections turn out to be a false alarm, the damage is done. Vic and his colleague Roger are blamed and called into an emergency meeting, where Roger suspects the company has lost Sharp as a client. Back at home, Cujo is starting to act restless from the noise around him. Meanwhile, Donna, feeling guilty, decides to end her affair with Steve. She tells him it was a mistake and that she wants to protect her family. Steve appears to accept this, but moments later chases her down the street, creating a scene. Vic, coincidentally driving by, sees them arguing, but when he turns around for a closer look, they're already gone. Later, at school pickup, Donna notices a cut on Tad's forehead. He explains he got hurt on the swing during recess. On the way home, her car starts acting up again. When they arrive, Tad is excited to see his dad home early. Vic questions Donna about her day, and though nervous, she lies, saying she only went to the market. She doesn't mention her run-in with Steve. That evening, Joe Camber returns home, irritated by a delivery in the workshop. He yells at his wife for spending money on a part he says he can't afford. Brett reminds him that he was the one who asked for it. Charity, clearly scared of Joe's temper, explains that she bought it using money she secretly won in the lottery. She carefully asks if she and Brett can visit her sister in another city for a week. Joe agrees, seeing it as an opportunity to have fun on his own, and invites his friend Gary to come party while they're away. A few days later, Steve finishes a furniture project for the Trentons and shows up unannounced to deliver it. Donna is startled by his surprise visit. When he learns Tad is asleep upstairs, Steve aggressively makes a move on her, refusing to take no for an answer. Donna fights him off and knocks dishes to the floor, waking Tad. Vic walks in moments later, noticing the tension in the air, the spilled milk, and the broken plates. Steve tries to explain, but Donna cuts him off, and he decides to leave. Now filled with doubt, Vic confronts Donna, and she finally admits the truth. Disappointed and angry, Vic works on her car to vent his frustration but stops short of cursing in front of Tad. The boy, now upset, learns that his dad is leaving on a 10-day business trip and fears his mom won't be able to protect him from monsters. Vic gently reassures Tad, promising to write anti-monster phrases for Donna to read each night. When she asks about the car, he tells her it's not fixed yet and suggests she take it to Joe Camber's place. Elsewhere, Brett hears Cujo whining and goes to check on him. Walking through a thick fog in the yard, Brett finds Cujo covered in foamy drool and growling. He tries to speak gently, reminding the dog that they're friends. Cujo pauses, seemingly calms down, but refuses to follow Brett and slowly walks away. The next morning, Vic prepares to leave and tells Donna he's unsure whether he wants a separation. Charity also gets ready to leave with Brett, who's still worried about Cujo. She warns him not to say anything to Joe, knowing he'd use it as an excuse to ruin the trip. Next door, Gary is taking out the trash when Cujo appears, foaming at the mouth, snarling. Gary realizes something's seriously wrong and runs. Though he manages to escape into the house and grab his rifle, Cujo crashes through the door before Gary can load it. The rabid dog attacks him viciously. Joe returns home, unaware of the terror waiting. As he steps onto the porch, he notices the shattered door. Something's wrong. Inside, he finds his friend Gary, mauled to death. In shock, Joe reaches for the phone, but then comes the growl. Cujo, blood-covered and snarling, charges at him. Joe screams as the rabid dog leaps. Elsewhere, Donna and Tad are driving to Joe's house for car repairs. They're singing along, unaware of the horror ahead. When they arrive, the place seems eerily quiet. Donna gets out, calling for Joe, but there's no answer. Tad, stuck in his seatbelt, asks for help. Just then, Cujo slams into the passenger window, barking wildly. Panicked, Donna fights to roll the window up as Cujo's paws scrape through the gap. She barely shuts her own door in time. Tad cries, terrified, asking how the monster followed them from the closet. Donna insists it's just a dog, but that's hard to believe as Cujo jumps on the hood, clawing the windshield. She blasts the horn. It scares Cujo off, but now the car won't start. They're stranded, just meters from the beast. Minutes pass. Donna tries again. The engine sputters. For a moment, Tad smiles, until the car dies again. They wait. Hours drag by. It gets hotter. Still no one comes. Cujo remains, watching. That evening, Vic has dinner with his colleague Roger, wondering why Donna won't answer the phone. He isn't too worried yet. Back at the yard, Tad whispers he needs to go to the bathroom. Donna hesitates. She opens the door slightly. Cujo perks up. But just then the house phone rings. The dog bolts toward the porch, smashing a window to get in. Donna watches, hoping he'll enter the house, but no. He stays outside, guarding them. They fall asleep. At dawn, Donna wakes, to Cujo, inches away outside the window. Meanwhile, Vic tries calling again, now worried. Inside the car, water runs low. Donna asks Tad to wait, comforting him with the anti-monster phrases Vic wrote. She eyes a baseball bat lying nearby. Suddenly, Cujo charges. He rams the car, then smashes the back window. His slobber-coated jaws clamp onto the door handle. Donna and Tad scream. Cujo climbs the roof. The phone keeps ringing. It's Vic calling Joe to ask if Donna came by. As heat rises, Tad starts showing signs of dehydration. Donna knows she has to act. She steps out slowly, limping, exhausted, but Cujo ambushes her. She fights him off, using a thermos, and barely escapes back into the car. Her legs are bleeding, and her strength is fading. That night, Vic decides enough is enough. He leaves the hotel early, abandoning his work crisis to return home. Donna, now weak and desperate, makes a bandage out of her clothes. Another night passes. At dawn, Tad convulses. She clutches him tightly, helpless. He can't survive much longer. Just then, Steve comes by Joe's house, sees the wreckage, and panics. Vic arrives moments later, sees the damage, and assumes Steve is responsible. The police are called. Vic explains Donna probably went to Joe's for car help. The sheriff dispatches Deputy George to check. When George arrives, he finds the wrecked car and radios for backup, but Cujo attacks. The rabid dog jumps, knocking the deputy off the barn beams and tearing him apart. Donna wakes to the screaming. She tries to get out, only to find the car doors jammed. Tad is barely breathing. Time is running out. Vic is informed the deputy hasn't checked back. Now truly panicked, he heads out to Joe's himself. Inside the car, Donna realizes Tad may not make it. Limping, she crawls toward the bat. Cujo charges. She strikes back, hitting him again and again. The bat snaps. As she stumbles and falls, Cujo leaps and lands directly on the sharp, broken end of the bat. It pierces him. The dog collapses. Donna shoves Cujo aside, grabs the deputy's revolver, and limps to the house. But Tad is trapped in the car. Both doors are jammed. She bashes the rear window with the gun, finally breaking through and pulling her son free. Inside Joe's kitchen, she performs first aid, desperate to save him. For a moment, it seems too late. But then, Tad coughs. He's alive. That moment of peace is shattered when Cujo bursts through the window one final time. Donna doesn't hesitate. Holding Tad close, she raises the revolver and fires. As Vic arrives, he sees Donna emerge from the house, carrying Tad in her arms, exhausted, wounded, but victorious.
She did it.
She faced the monster and survived. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.